Good morning. It's almost noon. Anyway, uh, it's been a cold morning, even though we have the heater on. We have like, I don't know how many inches of snow. A lot of snow outside. Maybe I'll give you a peek of it before my video's done. But, it's supposed to snow some more today. It's cold, so I'm doing my video indoors today. I don't know how my husband can go out there. Feeding the cattle, and he has to walk all the way down to the pond and break the ice so they can have water to drink, and I hope he don't fall in. So my fears are against me, so I just say, Lord, take it and do with it as you wish, and hopefully everything goes out good. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about my desires and what I want on this land that we live on, what I want, and as we achieve it together or by myself, it will get done, and I will mark it off as I go. And my husband's going to add things to the list that he wants to do or achieve on our land. And as we get it done, we'll be marking it off too. But that's a later part of another video, because he's not here to say anything right now for his part, or he never gave me anything on the list. I have a few items. That's about it. But it'll grow, and it'll decrease and grow and decrease and grow and decrease until the day we die. So anyway, what I have on my list so far is raised beds, and we're trying to do with what we have around our home. My nose itches. And so to save money and not have to go out and try to spend expensive wood and metal or whatever we need to build with, we're going to use what we have around the farm. And there's I don't know if it's 30 foot or 35 foot or whatever it is, but they're telephone poles that's been cut down or broken down. The electric company comes and pulls out the poles and puts new ones in, and they just drop them off. Well, we have some. So we're going to make raised beds out of those poles and cut off the ends, make them the length we want, stack them up, and use some, what do you call it? Fence link. They're like 8 foot long, and you take a fence post and pound it into the ground. Fence post, that's what it's called. And put one on one side, one on the other side to support the long pole, and build it up, pound it down in there. And then on the ends we'll put our metal for the width of it. And we'll have like 30-foot long raised beds, and I can scratch it off when I'm done, when my garden is finished. We're gonna get some horse water. It looks like a big swimming pool, but it's metal. And you water your animals out of it, and we're gonna plant in those as well. I'm gonna have a strawberry bed and rhubarb and asparagus and things like that. That comes back every year. That way I can just keep the weeds out of that, and it's up, and just cover it with hay or mulch each year for the winter. Anyway, that's the raised beds. And then in the raised beds, on some of them, I'm going to have cattle panels to make an archway and grow my viney things on those arches. And that's another thing I want. Strawberry bed, asparagus bed, rhubarb bed. I'm going to grow some elderberries and make elderberry syrup, so we can take a teaspoonful during the times in their life where you might get sick with the flu, which is now, this season, this time of the year, But it wouldn't hurt to take it all year long. If you grow your own elderberries, you can make elderberry syrup, and then you'll have it. But there's other things you can take as well. But elderberries I'd like to grow. I haven't bought them yet. So we'll see how that goes. We have a place where we can find some elderberries. We might just get some plants started from those, which will save us some money. So if you can use what you have, save money and do it. Uh, Fruit trees is gonna be later on down the line, of course, but that's one thing we'd like. We both agreed on fruit trees. We don't know exactly what we're gonna have yet, but uh, that's a desire of ours because we had them on our farm there in Emporia, so now we're gonna want them here. Let's see. We'd like he David mentioned about having a deck around the house all the way around, and I thought, well, that's cool, but we can't do it on one side, but we can do it the other three sides, or maybe just the front and the back. But however we do it, we'll have a deck on there, and I like to enclose it and screen it, which would make like an extra room for us, but it's screened in. That way, if the cat wants to go out, she can go out without having to worry about the stray animals that might be around to harm her, because she's declawed and I want to make sure she's safe. But that's one thing we was talking about, a deck, big porch. And we're going to tear down our house, the old house that's sitting on the land here, and we're going to build a raised bed on the foundation after we get it filled in with dirt for my garden, for the kitchen garden, for all my herbs and things will go in there. Because most of the herbs come back each year, and the ones I used for cooking, why not just go right out there, right by the house, get your kitchen garden and pick them out, cook with them. And some of them I'm going to be making things out of, like I said, for health reasons, to keep us healthy. Let's see here. I like to build some shelves in my loft to put my food storage in. My loft is kind of small, but you do with what you got, and you build it, and then you can store your food up there. And my husband wants to cut a hole into the ceiling of the bedroom, which is the loft floor, for the storage for the food, and put a fan in there to help circulate the air so it won't be so hot up there, and it circulate the heat and air throughout the house and make it more fluent. And I think that's a good idea, because that'll help to keep it cooler for the jars of food that we're going to be putting all the canning in. We still need to get the ceiling in the house, as you can see up here above my head. If I can get my finger, yeah, right here above my head is the insulation. We need to get the ceiling put in and get the house painted, finish up the house. Kitchen cabinets, I would like to have a whole new kitchen. What's in here is just some hand-me-down stuff that was taken from a trailer house or something and thrown in. But we want to have nice cabinets, nice kitchen. That's later on down the road, but I'll scratch it off when it's done. And the floors still need done, or just walk around on, what do you call it? Not sheetrock, but paneling, not paneling, but, so I'm sure someone's already said it by watching this. What's it called? Anyway, we're gonna get the floor, the flanks that fold in and snap in together, and then vinyl planks or something like that is what we're going to put in, but that's later on also. It takes money to do things, and you can't do it just because you want to do it. You got to wait till you have the money to have the extra money to do it. You don't want to go into debt. We don't want to go into debt. And of course I want a greenhouse. That way I can do my vegetables that we eat a lot, or we could eat more of if it was growing, and we can do it all year round. And then I can start my plants in there and not have to have them laying around in the house like I have right now. Because I have things that I planted so we can put them in the garden when it's ready. And I can't do that very much because there's only a certain amount of space. So we get that greenhouse, we'll have that extra space. And then we have to get the fence fixed. We want to get fencing for our cattle. That's going to be one thing. And we have a shed that we want to rebuild. Get the you saw the tree fall on it, and we want to get that rebuilt. So it's up to good. It won't leak in there, and have a place to to store our things and to work on things that need to be worked on, maybe even change the oil, whatever we want to do. Anyway, that's what my video today is about, our list, and as we do it, we'll scratch them off and the list will grow, and one day everything will be just the way we like it, and we can be happy in our golden years together. And I want to share that with you. If you like this, smash the like button. Follow me more, and you can see all kinds of things that we're going to be doing as we go through our journey. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Try to stay warm. Ta-ta for now.